This is Pulse 95.
Pulse 95.
It's the Morning Majlis. It's the Morning Majlis.
Good morning. Welcome back onto the Morning Majlis. You're tuning in and we are talking all about the Pink-Caravan Ride. It will embark its annual ride across the Seven Emirates in February 2021. And each year, experienced equine riders have helped garner support across different sectors. And the 2021 PCR Pan-UAE campaign, organised by the Friends of Cancer Patients Society, is going to be back again. And this time, on its 11th edition, they're asking for volunteers to be joining their campaign, and it's all about creating more awareness or cancer-aware society in the United Arab Emirates. Interested equestrian clubs can email them at riders@pinkcaravan.ae, but we're also talking about volunteers. So to talk to us about this in greater detail on the show this morning, we have our guest known as Mr. Badr Al Jaidi, the Pink-Caravan Ride Manager. A very good morning to you.
Very good morning to you and to everyone listening to us this morning, and a very good morning to everyone.
Yes, we're looking forward to this discussion. Now, Mr. Badr, I'd like to ask you a little bit more about the volunteering campaign. I earlier mentioned that people who are sadly out of work, or even people who have a bit more spare time, students, whoever, they can all apply for it. Am I correct in that? And who is it all open to at the moment?
Yes, well, this version for the Pink-Caravan is coming with some new additions and some new changes to keep up with the changes we've been going through since 2020 with the COVID-19. So we had to bring in some new changes, which actually turned to be very well welcomed by the public, and actually giving more opportunity to other people to participate. Maybe to be a little bit specific here, in the past we used to have 10 new riders riding the horses every single day, which comes up at the end of the ride with about 90 to 100 riders. But with the new edition that we are offering this year, we could rank 500 riders. We could rank 1,000 riders with the new edition that we're promoting now. If you want me to go in more details now, it's actually, that is the volunteering opportunities that have been provided at the moment, which is opening it to other stables to participate rather than just have 10 riders riding with us every day. Now we are going to expand the Pink-Caravan Ride to not be only on the roads, it will be as well in every single stable interested to join the Pink-Caravan. All of them can be the Pink-Caravan Rides. All the riders can join any stable that participates with us. In this way, we are expanding it. We are enabling more time for people to come and participate. And that is just one way of the volunteering that we are offering this year.
So for me to be a volunteer at the campaign, what does my role entail, for example? Like, what do you do as a volunteer? Just to give a better picture of what people will be expecting.
Right. So specifically, there will be the medical side of the volunteers, and there will be the other sides as well. So the medical side will entail a doctor or a nurse to join us in the screenings and in the clinical screenings that we'll be offering the public for free. So that is something that will keep going for 2 months. Again, keeping up with the COVID-19 situation, we are changing a little bit of our methods even in the medical field. Now, in the past, we used to have about 10 to 11 clinic every single day for 10 days of the ride to capture the most number possible of people to screen. But now with the situation now, we are reducing the number of the clinics, using only the fixed built-in clinics that we've got, 2 or 3 clinics every single day. So instead of operating for 10 days, we are now operating for 2 months. In this way, we are giving more chance for people to find the right time for them to come up And at the same time, for us, it has become more difficult now. Instead of me getting a medical team for 10 days or 7 days, now I need someone to commit with me for 2 months. And that is where the volunteers comes in. That's where we require them. If they can give a day or two or a week volunteering with us straight away, or even in different dates they select, they will reduce the burden on us on getting enough doctors and nurses to go and screen the public for 2 months. That is from the medical point of view. But when we come to the equine point of view, stables, offering their stables for the ride, that is volunteering itself. Riders joining those stables or joining us on the ride to ride horses, that is considered as volunteering as well. Again, helping us organizing those rides in those stables as well is considered as volunteering. So people from different backgrounds can all help during this period.
That's incredible stuff. And can you talk to us about, being part of this Pink-Caravan Ride, this health awareness campaign for breast cancer? How does it benefit the volunteers? What value does it grant them?
Yeah, this is a very important topic. Working with the Pink Caravan, or working actually in any charitable activity that is for the community, is actually you serving yourself and you serving your own community.
Yeah.
We always use this as our motive, that everything starts with you and ends up with you at the end. It's from the community to the community. Today, if I'm offering one lady or one man a screening, and I'm helping them to early detect cancer, them detecting the cancer in early stage is actually serving lots of people, serving them as a family, serving the person himself or herself, serving the country even, because that reduces the financial burden that the country will have to put in the treatment. That will serve, it will all go around to our community back again, and that is for a good cause. And this is something that we all want to introduce, keep within our daily lifestyle, inshallah, to always give back to the community. It's always about giving back to the community.
And how could people reach out to the Pink-Caravan Ride and be a part of this campaign?
Well, our channels on our social media pages, specifically on the Instagram, are always open for people to reach out. But specifically, if people are looking into joining the medical team, they can always email us on medical@pinkcaravan.ae. And if they want to join us and participate as an equine with the stables or riders, they can always email us on riders@pinkcaravan.ae.
So there will be any specific training that will be given to them, whether if they want to take part in the riding or volunteering or any medical team?
Yeah, it's not specifically a training that we can call it. It will be a briefing them about what will be happening exactly, and how they can support, and giving them as well all the tools and requirements that they will need to perform their tasks. So we'll be taking care of them since the moment of their registration until everything is completed.
So diving a little bit more into the medical aspect of this, what is the importance of early detection from your point of view?
It's curing cancer. It's getting over this phase. Detecting cancer, breast cancer in an early stages has a very high percentage. Some studies rank it even at stage 1 to 98% of curing cancer, getting it over.
Yeah.
And when it comes to a very late stage, such as fourth stage, it reduces from 90% or 98% all the way to 25%, 27%. So that's a very huge difference. And that is why we always promote the early detection as the key of success, because detecting it early solves a lot of problems, reduces the cost as well of treating it. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of dirhams reduction if it's detected on an early stage.
Yeah, certainly. It's a very important initiative that is out there as well. And Mr. Badr Al Jaidi, I'd like to ask you in terms of the new scenario we're facing with the big challenge of COVID-19. We're seeing the ride has had to go. We have to continue with the plans. Is there going to be any important and new measures, unusual measures that you're not used to, that we've had to implement at this time round, considering these circumstances?
Right, yes. So the usual COVID-19 procedures will be all taken care of, such as the hand sanitizing, such as the masks being all weared up, such as the PCR tests being done before the ride, during the ride, and at the end of the ride for the whole team. That is something that will be, this is as standard procedures. But specifically for the Pink Caravan, the change that we did, that riders will not be volunteering, riders will not be riding with us on the roads, will be riding on at the stables. That is the biggest change that will be happening. Now, getting new riders every day, mixing up with our team and with the community and going over different places across the Emirate is considered as high risk at the moment. That is why we are moving the weight from being all on the ride to different stables, so that the load is less and the number of people at each stable is lesser, so the measures can be taken care of more efficiently. That is the biggest change that will be happening at the moment.
Very impressive. Now, the other aspect I want to check is, now, are these tests open for everyone? Is it Emiratis and UAE residents only, those who hold Emirates ID, or is it for their visitors and their parents, whoever's visiting? Are those scans going to be open for all?
Thank you for this question. It's a very important one. And alhamdulillah, since 2011, since the Pink Caravan started, it has always been, and it will always be, open to everyone, to the whole public, being Emirati or a different nationality, from all nationalities or religions as well. Everyone can come and get the test, females and males as well. Keep on emphasizing on male.
Tourists as well, they can do it if they're just staying in a hotel in Sharjah and they see the equine gathering and they say, hey, I want to do it. Can we allowed to do that as well?
Well, that's as well a very important note. They can, but the results of it actually will not be as we want to, because if someone is just visiting for a couple of days and they've do the clinical examination and we require them for further investigation, there is no time for us to continue the follow-up with them and do the further investigation. So it will just be a clinical examination and not the full circle that we look into providing them.
Okay, very impressive. Now, lastly, I want to do one small question, and this is, I'm sure you get this a lot of times. There's a lot of people who feel that they might have the breast cancer or any other cancer as well, and they are willing not to scan because they do not want it to be medically proven in their mind that, yes, I have the cancer or I am diagnosed with it. They do not want to. They want to ignore it, prolong it for however long they can, because there is more mental stress and more mental pressure when they find it out. Do you face people like them, and is there a message for people like them that you've got? So please do share your inputs on that as well.
Yeah, we get that a lot. We get even some people coming to screen at a very late stage, and they will be coming accompanied with a family member, and the family member will be telling us that we knew this since a long time, but she or he did not want to come and screen. But now it has become difficult for them to bear even. That's why they're coming up. And we always want to remind them of your families, your country, yourself, to look at yourself, look at your family, look at the burden that you will be giving if you just leave it for later. Yes, we can help you even later, but it will be more difficult for you and for your family and for your country if you come late. If you come early, then you serve yourself and you serve everyone around you, because coming early means curing it earlier, cheaper, faster, and a higher percentage of it's getting cured even. If you come late, it might be even late for any doctor to help you get treated. So it's very important to always come and look for early screening and early detection if you feel of anything different.
Well, thank you, Badr Al Jaidi, manager for Pink-Caravan Ride, for joining us on the program and talking to us about the 11th edition of the Pink-Caravan Ride, which is set to roll out its breast health awareness campaign starting February 3rd to March 30th. Thank you so much for talking to us about this morning.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay tuned to Pulse 95. We've got more stories up next. The prospect of Donald Trump's impeachment. We'll talk all about that up next. Stay tuned.
If you liked this episode of the Morning Majlis, drop a like and subscribe.
95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.
Pulse.